How's it going, friends? It's the Violet Citizen here. Today we have the TTM Summertime Sadness tournament, which is not really named like that. It's the Summer Showdown, but they also have like the March Madness. And I get the whole Summer Showdown alliteration thing and like Pokemon Showdown. It's a nice kind of thing. But you have March Madness, and then you could have Summertime Sadness to have this extra layer of consistency and like nice puns. And anyway, like there's going to be like 300 people who are sad because they lost on the first round, and they're going to be sad and like Summertime Sadness, haha, pun. It's whatever. So yeah, I entered this tournament with a slight delay. I didn't quite make it to the drafting phase because I was slow and I was not really sure that I was going to have time to compete in this, but I did have time, and I was a replacement coach for Tristan. I believe he has drafted a team. Excuse this. He has drafted a team that I inherited. It's a nice team. Alright, so as you can see, a lot of physical attackers, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially 6 physical attackers, potentially a full squad of physically offensive mons. It's a thing. Like it looks hyper offensive. It has some elements of like bulky offense, which I am slightly more comfortable with. But like just win cons, and you just smack things and they hopefully drop. So we are playing against 3 players in pool 15. And the top 2 out of the like general result thingies go through. Let's just see if we made it. First game we had was against JB, showdown name being ZZ Festive. You can see my draft here, and his draft right there. And yeah, as you can see, he has a Mega Gardevoir that he didn't opt to bring, so there's a lot of prep on my team that is kind of centered around checking the Gardevoir. So the Assault Vest Mark and the slightly especially defensive Regice with a Gravity was a thing to prevent Gardevoir from being too threatening. And then we have like defensive Rotom Heat for the Garchomp and the things and the stuff. And then Katana with a Choice Scarf, Garchomp with a Choice Scarf because it kind of helps against his own Garchomp, and then Lopunny being Lopunny and doing Lopunny things. So let's just go into the game. I think I lead with the Rotom, as I kind of expect the Araquanid. I'm going to Volt Switch out. Now, whether that is a hydration, not hydration, liquidation bait or a sticky web kind of procedure, I don't mind. I'm going to go into Katana and click Leaf Blade because nothing really appreciates the Leaf Blade. As you can see, the incoming Thunder takes 45%. I'm going to switch out, go into Regice and choose the Thunderbolt. Now here, I opt to go for the Gravity. Just to be able to click like Zap Cannon and things like that, as the Chandelure comes in and Calm Minds. Obviously right here you'd say, why don't you switch? I could take pretty much anything non-choice specs, even if it was like an Overheat or like a fiery something. It doesn't have Z moves, I don't think it does. So as you can see, like +1 Overheat doesn't quite take out the Assault Vested Muck. and Mark is going to click Pursuit, but Pursuit is not going to KO the Chandelier that doesn't switch out because it does have the Colpo Berry. I get Wisped, I click the knockoff, Chandelier is off, it's nice, life goes on. Raconate is going to come in, I'm going to stay in because at this point Mark doesn't do much, there's not many threatening special attackers to kind of check or like at least have a switch in for. Going to go for knockoff, and thankfully it's a Yapapa Berry that I end up knocking off, so this is not getting any health anytime soon. And I'm fortunate enough to get the poison as well as the Sleepy Webs go up. This is not too much of a problem because like now with the poison jab and the fainted Muck, I'm able to go into my Rotom Heat. I do have the HPI, so this doesn't really scare me, and I'm really physically defensive. I'm almost max in physical defense, so I don't really mind. I have a turn to defog and see what the Garchomp wants to do. It opts to go for the substitute and the Swords Dance. I'm going to go for the HPIs. I think that, okay, Stone Edge does KO, but Dragon Claw didn't quite KO, so I'm able to click Hidden Power, pop the Yacht Berry, do some kind of respectable damage, and go down. But this allows my own Garchomp that absolutely outspeeds, because like there's no Scarf on the other side, to go for the Dragon Claw. And okay, rough skin damage is alright. I'm going to switch out because obviously I don't really appreciate the Cryogonal. I know that it would have done a lot of damage with Dragon Claw, but Ice Beam is safe, and I have a Regice, so you know I take 7% from this. And right here I'm going to click Gravity again, because there's two things that fly and one thing that can dodge a Focus Blast. See here, I land the Focus Blast, but my opponent has another really nice type resistance berry, and he's going to chew this up, go for the Arrowhead, do a lot of damage, but I'm free to switch out, go into my Garchomp and click Earthquake quite freely, because this does not fly. This is not a fly for fun. Like, do you see the name? Not fly, not fun. We don't do those things. Now obviously I don't really want to stay in on the Cryogonal. Earthquake doesn't quite KO, but it gets the opportunity to set up a Reflect and take me out with a couple of Ice Beams as I set up another Gravity. And I'm going to go into Katana to get some good damage with a Smart Strike. Even through Reflect it does 80%. I go down to an Ice Beam, but that's fine because now I can go into Garchomp. I can click the Earthquake, take the Cryogonal out, Reflect runs out, and Earthquake isn't quite going to take out the Registeel, but with the rough skin damage we do secure the first victory of the tournament. It's a 2-0 against JB. Really good game, really good prep. Apologies for the small instances of hacks. I don't think that they mattered all that much in the grand scheme of things, but maybe they did. Maybe it was a psychology kind of thing. But yeah, that's game 1 gone. Let's just jump straight into game number 2 against Renaissance, I believe is the Discord name, and then JNGF 258888 is the showdown name. You can see my draft and my opponent's draft right there. As you can see, there's a Katana that I kind of have included HP fires on everything because I'm kind of scared of it. For example, Mimikyu doesn't really carry HP fire, but this one does, so that's a nice move slot to waste on a Katana that wasn't brought. Charizard X is slightly problematic. Like, I do have the Fizz Death Rotom again, but there's not much I can do to it. There's Scarfed Garchomp again, because Dragon Dance Zard could be slightly problematic, and with Scarf I still have one chance of outspeeding, or if webs go up I still outspeed the Zard, so you know, just check the Zard. Zard is spooky, let's just check the Zard. Mark is there to take care of these two. And then Mushana has the Calm Mind because it's my better like win condition on the special side, and it kind of sort of switches into Conkelder, and it has the grass coverage for the Donphan as well. So yeah, let's just go into the game. We're going to lead with the oven thing. We're going to click overheat on the volt switch right here, and we're going to do 65% to the incoming Donphan. And then another overheat is going to do 34 and not 35, so this is slightly unfortunate because Donphan is going to get rocks up, and thankfully Ice Shard is the move of choice, so I'm able to defog the rocks away, get just a bit of Ice Shard damage on my Rotom, but it doesn't really matter because we're able to take the thing that prevents us from volt switching out. So now that we did that, we received the webs. We could have defaulted them away, but like, what's the point? We just volt switch out and leave the problem for later. Going to Muck, volt switch is not going to do all that much damage because we are assault vested. Poison jab is going to poison the Conkelder, which might be a bad thing depending on if it's guts or not. But you know, at this point, knockoff didn't feel like the best play. It kind of allowed the Charizard, it kind of allowed this to do things, it kind of allowed the Wigglytuff, I guess, not quite, I don't know. Alakazam wasn't switching in, so yeah, we get the poison, we go for the poison jab. We're going to switch into Mushana and get forewarned about the earthquake that is revealed straight away. Yeah, at this point I'm not really afraid of the knockoff, judging by the earthquake damage. I'm just going to go for a psychic because if it stays in, you know, it's a Conkelder at less health, and this is always useful. The incoming Wigglytuff is going to take a lot of damage from the psychic and knock me off, but I'm not really bothered by this. I can kind of Calm Mind and win at this point, because with Calm Minds and Moonlights and rocks on my side of the field, which are not quite relevant if I stay in forever, it's my game. I'm going to go for the psychic. Charizard doesn't quite drop, and right here I was really close to clicking recover on the Flare Blitz because you could kind of say it, like if he went for Outrage or like the Dragon move, I could go into either Mimikyu or Garchomp or something that didn't really mind the move that my opponent clicked. But yeah, I just went for the Psychic just to be safe, just in case like Dragon Dance or something weird happened. Shadow Ball from the Alakazam is not going to be able to take me out. I'm going to go for the Moonlight. I'm going to click Psychic right here and tank another Shadow Ball. This next Shadow Ball is going to get the drop though. So, you know, more Moonlights and Calm Minds might be required to go on and take things out with a Mushana, but no critical hit happened, so, you know, we're just going to go into the Mimikyu. Speed is not really relevant because we're going to click Shadow Sneak and revenge this Alakazam. Molly, the Wigglytuff, is going to be the switch of choice to the Mimikyu. I could have Swords Danced, but I wasn't really feeling all that confident about things going my way. I'm just going to go into the Rotom and just defog the bad things away. Wigglytuff is going to Wish, I'm going to Volt Switch and go into my Mug to deal with a Wigglytuff like this, and with no webs on the field. I'm going to go for the knockoff, take the Light Clay. As you can see, like the Reflect is really prevalent against 19 because it's just physical attackers, so there's like Light Clay, Reflect every time. So that's a thing that I gotta be accustomed to. Maybe I should include like Brick Break on my next Lopunny builds. So yeah, I'm going to knock this off. Wigglytuff is going to knock me off as well. And right here we're going for the Poison Jab. It does enough damage to, you know, like even with things and stuff, like it has to be a switch out. I'm going to knock off the incoming Conkelder, and obviously I don't really want to be staying in. I'm going to go into the Garchomp in case like Drain Punch happens, because like Rough Skin kind of cancels it out. Bulk up is a really scary thing that I'm not a really big fan of, but I'm going to click Earthquake as the reflect goes down, and Ice Punch. Thankfully it's Ice Punch, and Rough Skin and Poisons and things like that, and critical hits. I doubt like that everything mattered all that much, because like even if it wasn't at 4 HP, if it was at like 20 something, 30, Play Rough would still be enough to take the Conkeldurr out, and Drain Punch wasn't a thing, so I wasn't really all that bothered about it. But you know, Shadow Sneak is going to do the things and the stuff. The incoming Galvantula is easily 2-hit KO'd by 2 Shadow Sneaks. I wasn't really willing to risk the Play Rough miss and have more troubles. So yeah, I'm just going to Shadow Sneak, and then Play Rough right here, because even if I miss, Poison would take the Wigglytuff out, and this is a 4-0 victory and a qualification to the second round for the Kashima Stantlers. I said my team name. So yeah, GG, Renaissance. Apologies for the end of the tournament. That sounds bad. No, like, okay, thank you for the game. And then last game was against GrandMasterDRey, who actually has the same Discord name and Showdown name, which is nice. The team that he has is another spooky scary team. It has a lot of steel types that were not prod, so like there's a lot of fire coverage. There's a special Garchomp on my side to kind of Draco the thing that sets up and wins sometimes, and there's like Shuka Rotom Heat to take only 500 arrows out of the 1000. So yeah, that's nice. We have the Z Tailwind Katana and like other mons that are not really relevant. So yeah, I'm going to lead with the Muck and get burned on first turn, but that's fine because I have a special move on this one, which is Giga Drain for the Swampert. I'm going to knock off the thing, and basically my game plan on this game is to do a lot of damage to the Pinsir and the Rotom Heat, which is really happening on the first turns. And like I get the Toxics, the Criticals, all that kind of stuff. Between Muck and Rotom Heat, I can kind of whittle down the Pinsir, the things that resist the stab of Katana, basically. Here I miss Overhit, and I don't really mind. The thing is, I don't get to click the grass move against this. As you can see, like it's the third game in a row. I don't think that it's all that interesting. I'll probably do the edits and the things and the stuff because we qualified, and we're just getting damage on the Swampert, getting damage on the Rotom, getting damage on things and stuff. I'm getting burned by Scalds, and that's fine. I'm going to set up rocks to discourage the Mega Pinsir from being really threatening, and at this point I will be able to go down with the thing having some Dracomate Meteor damage on the Swampert, and I'm going to click the Z Tailwind with Katana, and then so, GG GrandMasterDRey. Thank you everyone in the pool for playing. Thank you Brain for re-inviting me to the league and like giving me a good team to play with, and prove that I'm like not completely past it. Like the rust is still there, but like we just do the things and the stuff with the Pokemon. So shoutouts to Tombus, because if it wasn't for Tombus I wouldn't even be thinking of uploading Pokemon content or like joining leagues and doing things in 2019 when I should be doing better things with my life. Although that's probably the best thing that I'm doing with my life right now. Anyway, this not love you. Bye bye.